We are live from the Orpheum Theater in beautiful downtown Los Angeles, backed by popular demand. Here we go, it's time for EBI!
I don't count, niggas congratulating for starting. It's 100, nigga, you can take it how you want. I can see it in your eyes, you hate it how we storm. And I close my eyes and I pray for 'em. I close my eyes and I pray for 'em. On my T, no half-ass. You see, I'm on my fat cat, shining while y'all pitch black. Yeah, keep the mix exactly where it's at.
Yeah, it's exactly where it was.
In the very beginning, that first chorus that doesn't have a chorus vocals, those ad-libs, that 10 minutes, we need to pull that one. And there's a lot of juicy stuff in the second verse that we could pull.
Okay, hold on. Let me actually just go back to a different version of this.
There's going to be music over a highlight of the first 4 EBIs, and that we opened up the last show with the last song we did, and that was the intro to EBI 4. It was a highlight of EBIs 1 through 3, and we're going to do it again. The UFC does it all the goddamn time. The crowd goes nuts, and then they come in, then the pay-per-view comes in, goes, hey, I'm Mike Goldberg, welcome again to the UFC, it's nuts tonight, pa, pa, pa. And that's what we're doing for the people, the in-house people.
The guy who's rapping on this track is one of your students' brothers, right? And then how you met him?
Yes,
That's
yes.
cool.
Wael, his brother, is one of my students, and he also fights, he fought in the UFC, Wael Watson. He fought TJ Dillashaw to a decision.
Oh, hell
yeah,
no.
he was in the UFC, and then I had him on my podcast, and tried to blow him up a little bit, and
I don't know who that's who it was.
and his brother showed up. You know, when people show up to the podcast, sometimes they bring friends. And he introduced himself as his brother, didn't know what he did. Halfway through the podcast, I just turned to him and I said, what do you do?
I'm a rapper. I go by the name of Uncle Sam.
And I said, oh, really? Let's hear your shit. So I put it on. I went to YouTube, and he had a bunch of music videos. I loved his voice, and I thought, shit, let's do something. And then that's where this song came. So this is it.
Just make sure there's not anything better.
I'd have been sent back, now the brain full my setback, but I'll never get they spot back. Oh! It's volume. Yeah, I like that. I like the little, the delay.
It makes it not sound like it's just coming out of nowhere.
Yes, I like the delay. I mean, the rest of them could have delay too. All of them could have it.
They gave me separate and some not.
I clapped that. Leave you on a block.
I separated some of them.
Yeah, if it's too tight.
It's too tight. We got some other good ones.
Well, I think I get a lot of backlash because when I tapped out Royler Gracie in 2003, I was a brown belt, you know, and I was an American. Well, I didn't win the championship.
It doesn't matter. You just tapped Royler Gracie. That's championship level shit.
And you couple that with, as soon as I get back to the States, I get my black belt and I open a school, no gi. So when you look at those two things right there, there's a reason why I've gotten 0 press since 2003 in Brazil. And it could appear that, man, maybe I am a dick. I'm like, fuck you, I'm better than you, and fuck the gi. Look, I beat your boy, and fuck the gi. That's what they think that my attitude is. It isn't. My attitude was like, I'm one of you guys, man. My instructor is Jean-Jacques Machado. I was ready to tattoo a Brazilian flag on my back or some shit. You know, I love Brazil so much. When I went to Abu Dhabi, when I won the North American trials, I didn't think I was a brown belt. I go, I'm gonna get killed, but I get a free trip to Brazil. I wasn't expecting anything, ever. I didn't expect anything, yet I was expecting everything from my music, and then boom, nothing. I mean, is this a Grammy? National Academy of Recording Artists and Sciences, 9 Inch Nails, Best Performance, Best Metal Performance, 1995, Happiness is Slavery, track. It is a Grammy. I never even think about it. I've never said, yeah, dude has a Grammy. I've never said that. I gotta start using that more. Danny, when he puts his touch on it, it makes it sound like $1 million. This is like heavyweight, high level, Hicks and Gracie type producing. So I brought the song to Danny, and I said, Danny, listen to this shit. And he was blown away. He's like, dude, let me fucking get my mitts on this motherfucker.
We've got plenty now, but I just want to make sure there's not something I go, oh shit, I wish we used that.
And maybe that bloodshed too we could pull.
Bloodshed sounds fucking hard, I think.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's up to you, but let's...
No. You know what? You're right.
That makes you know, oh, this dude's about to talk some fucking vengeance shit. It's on now.
You won a unbeatable man. He's a legend. I can't believe I won. Can't believe I won.
E non ti acreditando, né?
Oh yes, I wanted the rematch from day one. I thought, wow, people would want to watch it. It would be exciting. You know, that was the biggest upset in jiu-jitsu history. Me beating Royler Gracie in Sao Paulo. There's not a bigger upset. A brown belt, some Mexican dude, triangling him, that's the biggest upset. And so a rematch would have, to me, it was like, that's what I need to do. And I tried to get the rematch 2 years later at 2005 Abu Dhabi, and I ended up getting injured. There was a lot of trash talking on the internet, like I pulled out and I faked like an injury or I'm a pussy or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm not, and I am a pussy, you know, but I was gonna do 2005 Abu Dhabi. Everyone on the internet's talking crap, and I thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do what's best for me. And right now what's best for me is that I just focus on that rematch with Royler. We'll eventually do it. Meanwhile, I'm 36, man. The music ain't working out. I need security. And I thought, let me build an empire. I'm gonna focus on building a strong jiu-jitsu empire. I'm gonna focus on really making the best possible MMA jiu-jitsu there is.
Totally new element opened up. Like the world became a new place. Now all of a sudden Eddie Bravo is a champion martial artist.
I built the 10th Planet Empire. Royler finally wanted the rematch. We did it. Some people think it was, you know, one of the most exciting matches ever. I like it that it's technically a draw, because then, you know, it sparks conversation, and then you watch that fight, you know it's not a draw. It wasn't close to a draw. You know what happened. He's gonna work on breaking me down. I'm gonna work on standing up. Standing up, disengage, and then rah! And then right here, wah, wah. Okay? I'm serious about that. I want total disengagement. Bend them down, bend them down. Oh, stand up, disengage, ki-ai, boom. That's it, see? Did that hurt? Get out of there, there you go. That's it. There we go. Still got you, Derek, get out of there. Ki-ai, there you go. Look at that. Oh, get up, that's, get on top. There we go, get out of there. Oh! Top. You see that? This one on top of it. No. This one on top of it, and then pull it back. That's real shit. I don't know how many pictures I've seen of Chuck Norris like this. That's real shit, okay? I'm not making this up. Conor McGregor don't do that shit. He doesn't do this. That's Chuck Norris. That's Chuck Norris. Trust me. Conor McGregor goes like this. It's different. Trust me. Chuck Norris be rolling over in his grave right now. Ready? Go! We're in beautiful downtown LA, home of 10th Planet HQ. It's Thursday, December 10th. Getting ready for EBI this Sunday.
I found 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, and instantly, its style just worked for me.
actually started at the Bomb Squad, the old school where Eddie started the 10th Planet, doing Muay Thai when I was 14. And everybody that was doing Muay Thai was like, come do Jiu-Jitsu. And I was like, I don't know. And then I finally started and loved it and never stopped.
I used to teach jiu-jitsu at Legends, which is a Muay Thai academy, like / MMA academy. There were quite a few Muay Thai kickboxers, and Lila was one of them. They'd stay a little later and watch the jiu-jitsu, and then they slowly got addicted. Now, I could try a corkscrew. But
I've been with 10th Planet for essentially 12 years. It's amazing. I mean, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu is one of the best Jiu-Jitsu styles, systems, associations, whatever you want to call it in the world.
Either he comes up and I kick out this way, free that leg, or what usually happens is I tug.
Eddie's a funny guy. He just breaks down everything perfectly, you know. He's been doing it for like 20 plus years. He's insanely good.
And force that zombie in off invisible crackhead.
I had my first MMA fight when I was 16. I kind of snuck in there. They didn't. I looked older. I had facial hair. They let me fight, and I got armbarred. And I was like, damn, what is jiu-jitsu?
I recently just went to Israel and I was gonna be there for a while, so I was like, I need to find somewhere to train, because you have to. Once you start, it's like addicting, right? So I was like, I need to find somewhere to train.
I've been, working more and more and more on jiu-jitsu as time has gone on. At first it was once a week, then it was twice a week. Now it's 15 times a week, it's all I do. Rubber guard, truck, all those things just instantly injected themselves in my game. And I was, just in like live rolling, I was submitting people 3 times more than I was before. And with moves that they never heard of. And so it just really clicked with me. And so I haven't got to use 10th Planet per se in the cage, but man, that would be part of why I go back, is to get to use it. Because man, I was doing well in MMA without 10th Planet, and that was 5 years ago. Man, I'd like to see what would happen now.
When I first got into jiu-jitsu, I was so in love with it. It was such a beautiful thing to tap people out every night and get tapped out, and you're winning and you're losing this game of death. You could never take me away from jiu-jitsu. If I had 2 hours of sleep and was hungover, I'm still going to class. You're not taking that away.
It's like back home, it's like all slow and very technical, but out here, like they go hard, and I love it. I got killed. He legit murdered me. Like, people look at him and you're like, oh, he's old, but then like you start rolling with him and it's like, whoa, like this is different.
You understand? And I thought jiu-jitsu is gonna be on TV, it's gonna be huge, it's gonna grow, watch, you'll see, it's brand new. The UFC was just born, but ultimately the UFC's getting huge, jiu-jitsu match is gonna be huge. Guys, when you're going with the girls, someone that's 120 pounds, someone small, don't go light with them.
Royler Gracie and his victory in the Ultimate Fighting Championship was one of the most important moments in the history of martial arts, without a doubt, if not the most important.
Absolutely.
Moment. Because people got to see what really works.
Tap, dude!
Tap, tap, tap.
Tap. Round 3!
For sure he's like unconscious right now.
Oh my god, he's out! I was at a fireworks show over the summer, and a bunch of my friends who are wrestlers from school, they wanted to like see how jiu-jitsu worked against wrestling, and then I sent the video over to Eddie, and he was like, you should post that, and he came up with the title and all that, and then it just exploded from there.
In the roll, bam. right, straight down. Look at his knee.
People got to see something in a way that you never saw before. You never saw a small man who didn't look physically imposing dismantle other people with technique.
Instantly, jiu-jitsu just spread all over the world. Instantly, everybody needed jiu-jitsu. Martial arts masters were traveling all over. They were all going into jiu-jitsu. All these American guys going into Rio. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Grab your mouthpieces. Let's go, round one. We've just only begun.
When the Gracies came along, that was what really kick-started it to this level right now. And that's one of the things about martial arts that a lot of people don't realize is that for maybe thousands of years, it pretty much remained the same.
I went to Brazil in 2000 as a purple belt to compete in the Worlds, and me and Jean-Jacques, my master, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend, we're sitting there watching the black belts compete, and I'm like dozing off, and he looks over at me and he goes, man, this is boring. And I didn't like hearing that from Jean-Jacques. Like, my master says this is boring? Man, if a master in jiu-jitsu thinks black belts fighting in the mundials are boring, man, there's no way it's gonna be on TV. How's that gonna be on TV? If people in jiu-jitsu think it's boring, I'm falling asleep. How is it boring, but it's exciting to do? It's so exciting to do, but boring to watch. And then, you just break it down. Why is it so boring to watch? It's because it's a point system. And in the gi, there's a lot of tug of war, like stalemate locks. We're just pulling on each other. It's like, that's why it's boring. So I had just been trying to figure out in my head how we can make jiu-jitsu as exciting to watch as it is to do. Like, is it possible?
Finishes, the action. Who doesn't want to see two dudes go for the kill?
We are live from the Orpheum Theater in beautiful downtown Los Angeles for the return of the Eddie Bravo Invitational